Welcome to our unboxing series. Today we're going to talk about the Cimilre S7 Dual Pro. And when we talk through the Cimilre S7, we're going to go over the special features, what's included in the box, how to assemble it, how to use it, and care and cleaning of your Cimilre S7. And by the way, if you haven't ordered your breast pump through insurance yet, please reach out to us at aceleron.com/order and we can help get that started for you. Let's jump into the special features of the Cimilre S7 Dual Pro. It's called a Dual Pro because it is a dual motor pump, meaning it has two separate motors to control both sides, which we'll go through when we talk about how to use the pump. Cimilre also has the carrying handle on this pump, and it has a nightlight as well, with 3 levels of brightness. Now you may have heard a beep when I pressed a button on here. It also has a mute function, which is really helpful if you don't want to hear when you're touching the touchscreen buttons. When it comes to the pump itself and the collection kit, it is a built-in rechargeable battery, so you can charge it and use it on the go, and that charging cable is a USB charging cable. And they do include what's called the Get the Right Fit guarantee, and that Get the Right Fit guarantee has to do with the breast shield sizes that are included, and if you need a third different size to try, they'll send it to you for free. The Cimilre S7 also has cycle speed control as a special feature, and a 2-year warranty on your pump motor. Now we can move on to assembling your collection kit for your Cimilre S7. This is what it will look like when it is fully assembled, and we're actually going to start at the bottom. The Cimilre comes with a 5 fluid ounce storage capacity bottle, and they are wide neck, and they include 2 of them for you. The next part of the pump is actually the breast shield, and the breast shield has the kit has 4 of them in there, and it has 2 different sizes. And the reason why Cimilre includes 2 different sizes is so that you can get the correct fit for your body. Having an incorrect fit for your breast shield can cause discomfort, and it can also impact the actual milk amount that you're getting when you pump. That is also why they have that Get the Right Fit guarantee that I mentioned earlier, where they'll send you a 3rd size to try if you need it, if those first 2 sizes in the box don't work for you. On this breast shield, you'll see there's a little circle on the bottom, and that is where the duckbill valve goes. And your duckbill valve is really short and pretty sturdy in here. That's going to insert inside the circle, and it doesn't matter which way it faces. With that duckbill valve, you want to be careful when you take it back off or put it on, because you don't want to grab from the tip of that. That is where the milk will enter your bottle, and it needs to close in between pulls. And when it does that, that repeated motion can make it wear down over time. It really depends on how often you're using your pump, but this is a part of the pump that's recommended to be replaced frequently. So to avoid wearing this down any earlier, you want to pull from the base right here, instead of from the tip of the opening itself. After the duckbill valve goes on, you can place your breast shield onto the bottle. The kit also includes feeding nipples. So if you're going to use these as a feeding bottle, you have a cover to keep that nipple clean and from leaking when you have milk in there. But if you decide not to use this as a feeding bottle, you can actually push to the side of that nipple to take it out. And you have this cap here so that you can use it as a storage bottle instead. When it comes to the breast shield that you have in the kit, there's a little hole or opening in the back, and that's where the backflow protector goes. So Cimilre has a backflow protector made of 3 pieces with a silicone membrane in the middle. You want to make sure that you build smaller to larger with these, because if you do it backwards, it can fall apart while you're pumping and be pretty frustrating. So you're going to start with the smaller of the hard plastic circles, face that protrusion away from you, and then take that soft silicone with the lip facing away, bring it right around the back of the hard circle, and make sure that that lip goes all the way around. You'll notice that the silicone does touch the center of that hard plastic there. Then you're going to take your larger clear plastic piece and face the protrusion towards you. Bring that around the back of the silicone, and again, make sure that lip is fully sealed. Now what you'll notice is the silicone does not touch the center of that. Once this is fully assembled, I want you to try both sides, because one side will be really loose and the other side will be nice and tight, and that's what helps you direct which way it's supposed to go, because the other side is where your tubing will connect. You want to make sure when your tubing is on there and this is put into the actual breast shield that they are fully against the walls of that backflow protector. The other side of your tubing is going to connect to the side of your pump motor. So you have a left and right here because it is dual motor. Each side, left and right, can be controlled separately. So if you're going to single pump and only pump on the right side, you're only going to put your tubing there. If you're going to double pump, you put both sets of tubing on and you can pump both sides simultaneously or with different settings with that dual motor. You also have the port for your charging cable right on the side as well, and that's assembly for your Cimilre S7 Dual Pro. So before we get into using the Cimilre S7 Dual Pro, I want to go over a few of the buttons on the front and side that don't have to do with the general use of the pump. I'll start with, on top we have a nightlight feature, and that nightlight is in the handle and it has 3 levels of brightness and it can turn off right there. On the side you have the ports for your tubing left and right, and you also have the plug for your charger. When you use the pump, you may notice that there's an up and down arrow on both sides and a power button on both sides. And that's because as a dual motor pump, you can control each side independently. So you can pump one side at one strength while the other side is another. So if you press and hold one power button, it will turn the pump on, and you'll see that only one side turns on to start. To turn on the other side, a quick tap of the other power button will turn it on. There is a timer in the middle, and you'll see that it does indicate what mode each pump is in. If you want to control each side separately, you can just use this up arrow to go up in your suction strength. What you'll notice is as you go up in strength, the mode you're in will change. At level 6, you move from massage mode to expression mode. The suck pattern will go slower as you increase your strength, and you can go all the way up to level 12. Now again, you can control each side separately and pump at whatever level or mode is most comfortable for you. It is recommended to start in massage mode to initiate your letdown or get your milk to start flowing. Once your milk has started to flow, it's recommended to move up to a level in expression mode. Let's say you don't want to pump at different levels and you want to pump both sides at the same strength. You can do that by pressing the sync button. The sync button will move both levels down to the lower level, so that 8 went down to a 5. And now if you push either side, it will change your strength for both sides in unison. The other thing you can do when you're in sync mode is you can change the speed of the suck, and that is the cycle button. You'll notice in the top circle, it has a number. So every level in sync mode will have different options for cycle speeds. There are going to be 3 levels for you to choose from. And again, that's how fast or slow your suck is. Once you move up to different levels, you will have different options for those 3 cycle speeds. And you will find whatever works best for you. When you've finished your pumping session, you can just press the power button and both sides will turn off. What you'll notice is when you turn it back on, it remembers what modes and levels you were in last time, but you can start right over as needed. Since this pump does include cycle speed options when you're pumping in unison or in sync mode, we want to tell you a little bit more about that. So the cycle speed is how many sucks per minute. So the sucks per minute, again, are when you're in sync mode and both sides are pumping at the same level. Each suction strength, for example, we're at level 1 right here, has 3 cycle speeds. And so those 3 in level 1 are 70 through 80. So that means 70 sucks per minute up to 80 sucks per minute. It is just a faster suck pattern, especially because you're in massage mode. When you move up to a mode that's in expression, you'll see that higher suction strength has lower cycle speeds. This is slower to mimic a baby drinking, but you still have 3 options, 30, 35, and 40 while in level 7 of suction strength, 30 to 40 sucks per minute. You're going to go with whatever feels most comfortable for you when you're choosing between those cycle speeds. Find the suction strength that feels best, high but not painful, and then choose the cycle speed. If you're pumping and you're not in sync, you can just use whatever suction strength feels best to you on either side. The last thing we want to tell you about this pump is the feature that you can mute the buttons. So every time you change your suction strength or you change a feature on here, it does make, or it does have a little tone. What you can do is press and hold the up and down arrow on one side, you'll hear one beep, and then the buttons are muted. You can reverse that by doing the same thing, pressing and holding both up and down arrows, and then you will have sound again. Now let's go into cleaning your Cimilre S7 Dual Pro. When it comes to cleaning, you first need to know that the motor and the plug in the tubing do not need to be cleaned. Since your pump has a backflow protector, nothing should be in the tubing but air, so as long as it stays dry, you don't need to worry about cleaning that regularly. Also, the motor and the plug, if anything gets on there, you can wipe off the outside, but we don't need to submerge those in any water. For care and cleaning, we recommend following the guidelines set out by the CDC. And they recommend cleaning your pump parts after every pumping session. So if you pump twice a day, you're washing it twice a day. Also, the recommendation for sanitizing is once a day at least, based on your preferences, morning, afternoon, or night, whatever works for you. And this is especially important for any babies under 3 months old, any babies born prematurely, or anyone with a sensitive immune system. The cleaning options are in the sink or the dishwasher. No matter what, you're going to store your milk however you decide to, and then you're going to fully separate your parts, including taking off that duckbill valve, again pulling from the base, and also taking apart the backflow protector to all 3 pieces. For the sink, you're going to take your parts, rinse off any excess breast milk droplets, and then put them in a clean separate bowl from the rest of your food dishes with warm soapy water to soak for 5 minutes. Wash as you normally would, rinse with clear water, and then let them air dry. For the dishwasher, you want to make sure again that you rinse off any excess breast milk droplets and you put all of your parts on the top rack of your dishwasher only. Now, if they go below the top rack, it can have a negative effect on your parts, so that's why they recommend making sure they stay on that top rack. Once the dishwasher ends the cycle, please take your parts out soon so they don't sit in that wet environment for any longer than they need to. Outside of washing your pump parts after each session, they also recommend, again, sanitizing at least once a day. There are 4 main options for sanitizing, the first one being boiling. For boiling, your parts are already separated and clean from your last session, and you're just going to take a large stock pot, have boiling water going, put your parts in for up to 5 minutes, and then you're going to take them out and they'll air dry really quickly. The other option is a standalone sterilizer. So if you have one that sits on your counter, you can use that. Just make sure you follow the manufacturer guidelines for how much water and how long, and to see if it has a dry cycle or not. The third option is the dishwasher. So if you use the dishwasher, again, it's a sanitized cycle, it's top rack only. This can take a good amount of time and can also be really hot on your parts, so just something to be aware of. The final option are the micro steam bags. So micro steam bags look like large sandwich baggies. You put your clean separated parts in with enough water based on the manufacturer recommendations, and then you're going to microwave them to steam the parts and sanitize them. You want to make sure that after they come out of that bag, you put them on a drying rack so they can air dry. And that is cleaning for your Cimilre S7 Dual Pro. The reason why Aceleron has this unboxing series is because we truly care about the entire journey, prenatal through postpartum, and even your return to work. And part of that is making sure you have the resources for the support you need during that journey. So we have the unboxing series, but we also have lots of other education on our website at aceleron.com, including one-on-one virtual consults, guides, videos, and more. Again, that's at aceleron.com for additional support at any time.